Da, 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 da. Guess who's back? Back again. Oliver's back. Tell a friend. How's it going? Everybody, we're back on the Cumbria Way. Just starting in Langdale, where I finished last time. Just been for a quick pint of Wainwright. That's why I'm a bit giddy. Coupled with the fact that I'm excited for today, because I've got a good stomp on today, Biggs and Bogs. Got about 15 miles to do in this searing heat. You know, I'm off work for 3 days, and I just thought, you know what would be a really good idea? In, you know, like a mini heat wave. Whoa! They broke my ankle then. We're almost weren't a Cumbria Way part 2 then. Yeah, I was like, what would be a really good idea while I'm off work in this little mini heat wave? I know, let's go and do the last 35 mile at Cumbria Way, innit? So yeah, I'm back out in lakes. Very spontaneous is this. Got here about, well, to my actual destination. I've been commuting all morning on trains and stuff from home. And yeah, I'm back out. It's just serene, mate. Focus, focus, focus. There you go. Absolutely serene here today, the way I describe it, and that's another reason I'm a bit giddy, because I've got some breathtaking scenery to look forward to today while I'm stomping through. Yeah. Goal tonight, goal for today is to get to Keswick tonight. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. I've got about, like I say, about 15 miles or so to do. But what's an absolute joy is today, because I'm guaranteed good weather for the next 2 days. Yes, today, tomorrow, Tuesday. So today and then the next 2 days, I'm guaranteed good weather. So, you know, it should, yeah, I've got my summer kit with me, which is ultra light, still heavy, you know, sort of light as a feather, but when I were here last time, it were unbelievably heavy, because, you know, the weather was still a bit ropey, so I had to take my winter kit out with me. I've got my summer kit for tonight, so it should be my summer kit for this trip, so it shouldn't be, you know, as hard going as what it was last time. Still going to be a slog, obviously, but yeah, I'm just making my way there to the campsite where I was last time. That's where I'll pick up the way. So yeah, if you want to see how this current trip I'm on, that I'm about to begin, fares out, please stick around. I feel like the Cumbria Way so far, she's treating me. So I've had a lovely hike thus far this afternoon. All been very flat. She's either, yeah, I've left New Dungeon Gill. Langdale's in rearview mirror now, and I'm not far off Stickle, which is the ascent up out of this glorious valley that I'm currently walking through. Up and over it, into another valley, down to Grange, Keswick. That's the plan anyway. She's either treating me or she's tricking me, because she's done this before. It's the Cumbria Way, where she's lulled me into a false sense of security and then kicked my ass with the fells. And at Stickle, it's about 700 metre elevation, so It's going to be a good stomp, is that. But we're going to take our time, just enjoy these magnificent views, and yeah, like I say, I've had a lovely afternoon so far. I spoke to a lot of really nice people. You know, people have been cheering me on. There was one lass who I got talking to at the Wainwright Inn back in Chapel Style, and so I went for a quick pint before I set off. And I mean, 30 years ago she'd have been in Tent of Love, no doubt. She probably still wanted to go in it, but it wouldn't have been medically safe for her because I'd have just ruined it. But she was a lovely lady nonetheless. She went for a group hike and she was asking what I was doing, and I can do it Cumbria Way. So she's like, oh, well, good luck, young man. I was like, thank you. Went and got me a pint, sat down. She came over to me again. That's how I know she wanted to go in Tent of Love. She came and spoke to me again. She was like, sorry to trouble you again. Are you camping as well while you do this? I was like, I am. She was like, I really admire you even more now. You hear that, Millie? People admire me. So yeah, it just kind of gives me a bit of a spring in my step. You know, the fact that my pack's a lot lighter in comparison to normal, that don't hurt either. So yeah, so I just wanted to check in with you and speak to you soon. Cripes in Bennett is warm today. Look at Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, wherever he is. Whew. It's a wireman today. It's not actually really that difficult to get lost around here, even though I'm proper in wild country now. I've absolutely no phone signal, no data, nothing, which I quite like, you know, because, you know, it kind of separates you from, well, I mean, I'm recording this on my phone, it separates you from that, you know, technological entity that has a snake-like grip around our everyday decisions, what we wear, what we eat, what our activities are going to be, because it all goes back onto Gram, doesn't it? Onto Facebook as well. So yeah, I quite like not having any, you know, distractions like, oh, let me check my Facebook likes or whatever. None of that, we've no phone signal. But yeah, it's not hard to get lost around here because there's quite a lot of people who are walking this path but in the opposite way. So I must be along the right bearings, and I think, to be fair, I can see it. Let's zoom in. Where's my thing? There's a bridge there, and I've seen that in my Cumbria Way little handbook that I've got, and I've been reading about this part of the route. So, and I'm not that, when you're there, you're not far from Pike of Stickle. Pike of Stickle. But yeah, I've been kind of getting in my own head again recently, biggies and buggies, before I set off on this trip, because I knew I had a couple of days off work. It's been absolutely magnificent weather the last 10-11 days for all the UK really, and it's this Friday coming, I'm going to Scotland as well with my mum and dad, so hopefully it keeps up for that, because I'll be, you know, next weekend I'll be, well, this time next week actually, I'll be on shores of Loch Ness. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Do it Cumbria Way, lads. But yeah, just leading up to today, I was kind of, that little stupid nagging voice I get in my head, they're trying to talk me out of doing this, because I knew it was going to be warm. So I was like, well, you could die of dehydration. I won't, obviously. But I could, you know, that was my rationale. Trying to like find excuses not to do this. you know, and there's been a lot of rail strikes throughout the UK as well over last week, and I thought, well, again, I got it in my head there was a rail strike on today, and it's Sunday anyway, so your services are, your time services for trains and buses are limited anyway. So, but I'm glad I'm here, and it is nice to see other people actually, even though I've no like sort of technological distraction as such. It's just me and the great outdoors. Oh, focus. Look at that. Beautiful. Here she is, Biggs and Boggs. Stake Pass. I'm going that way. I nearly had a heart murmur because when I came round the bend over there, I was watching people meander up here. I thought, no, I'm not going up there, am I? But no, it's just straight. It's a steep ascent. It's straight up and over into another valley. And then within so far, depending on how high it is, I might even be able to see Derwent water from top of there. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, one thing I do want to say just before I do set off on this bit. Like I said, I bumped into so many people today who've been lovely, friendly, polite, encouraging, funny, whatever. Just nice human beings. And then I have bumped into some people who look at me like I'm the shit on the side of their shoe that they've stepped on. And I tell you what, it shows you who's from the lakes and who isn't. Some of the people who live here, they're rude, man. Anyway, try not to let it bother me, but I'm going to try and focus on getting up here. I'm going to take my time and not try and beast it out. I want to enjoy it, so check in with you when I get to the top. Fucking hell. That's it. I'm never climbing up a mountain ever again. I am done. Why do people enjoy doing them? They just bring nothing but pain and suffering. And a great big serotonin boost when you get to the top. Whee! Just got a little bit of a ways to go up there, but I'm pretty much at the top. Oh yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all. I had to stop every 50 yards, I guess. It's taken me an hour. It was 3:30 when I set off from the bottom of there, and it's 4:25. It is what it is. I'm going to try and get to Rostway, which is near to Keswick, because I think I'm going to manage with today. I'm just going to have a rest for a minute. Be 10. Have some water, have some crisp. Give myself a bit of a cool down in there. See, catch with you in a bit. Like a new man. Tell you what would give me a lot more incentive to go climbing up mountains. If there was a pub at the top, it should be a nationwide effort to find funding in government budget, whatever, I don't know, whatever it's called. Build pubs at the tops of fells and Wainwrights. Oh, God, I'd kill for a pint of Wainwright right now. But it'd be gone in one. Parched I am. Well, I mean, I've loads of water in my bag, and I do have beer in my bag. I've got some little cans of Northern Monk for later on. I could have a beer if I wanted to, but I'm just cracking on. But look where I am though. Not half bad. And I think that right there in the distance, I think that's the Cat's Bells at Derwent water, but I don't know if it is or not. I'm on right path. because there's only one path round here, so this is obviously the Cumbria Way, and then you can't see it, but over them hills there, there's some more mountains, but you can see there's a big valley drop, so that must be, looking at my map, the River Derwent, which obviously runs into Derwent water, so I can't really go right far wrong. So yeah, I'm just kind of shimmying along here, just in my own little world. It's actually like I said, not having any Wi-Fi or data or signal, it's actually bliss, because I'm actually getting some proper quiet mindfulness time, as opposed to having flipping Rage Against the Machine smashing in me eardrums, making me more deaf than I already am. Anyway, see you in a bit. So it's about just before 6:30 now. I'm just trailing alongside the River Derwent, which eventually feeds into Derwent water. Whoa, Keswick. Yeah, I've had enough today. Take some of these wild campers and, you know, long distance hikers who I look up to. I can admit it, but you know, because this Cumbria Way has tested me, shown me what I am capable of. And when I'm seeing these long distance hikers bash these things out in like 3 days, they're made of firmer stuff than I am. I will admit it. But yeah, like things like I know when I've had enough, you know, and that's what this long distance hike has taught me. Know your limits. And I'm just about reaching them for today. On my map there's a campsite just a bit further up from here, once this valley it takes a left turn, and I was talking to a couple who were doing Cumbria Way but the opposite direction about half an hour ago, and they said there's loads of spaces at the site, so hopefully I can get in there, hopefully within another 2 hours. I'll have my tent pitched up and I'll be chilling with some nice food and a can of Northern Monk. But yeah, you know, when I think back to months and months ago when I was debating doing this part of the Cumbria Way but the opposite direction, I'm going to do a wild camp up Cat Bells and then do this walk the day afterwards back to Grasmere, I wouldn't have managed it. I wouldn't have even, I'd have tapped out within 1 hour. I know I would, you know. I just weren't prepared for it, you know. I'm still not prepared for it really, but I approach it with quite a zealous attitude of, you know, come on, let's do this kind of thing. So yeah, I think I've walked about 8 miles or so today. I'm going to try and work it out when I get to the site, hopefully if they'll let me in. Yeah, that's enough for me really, because it's been like, whoa, this is what it's been like all day, up and down mountains and fells, peaks and troughs. It's not been a designated footpath as such, so you know, it can get, it tires your legs out as this sort of terrain. So yeah, about 8-9 miles I'd say. I'll probably just finish off at about 11 by the time I get to this site, I reckon, looking at the map. And as I say, I'm happy with that. But you know, going up that stake pass, that delayed me by an hour, because it took me an hour to get up it. You know, it wrote me off, did that. So, but yeah, I mean, I've been serenaded by this beautiful countryside. You know, like when they say on the map of the Lake District, you know, Explorer Zone, you know, and it's this area, you know, sort of Scapevale Pike and, you know, Langdale and all these sort of places I've visited today. You can see why, because there's absolutely no phone signal, still isn't, you know, and I've been led to believe next to this campsite there's a pub, so you'd think they would have signal there, but yeah, you can see why they call it the Explorer Zone, because it's proper wild country. And again, if I'd have tried this 3-4 months ago, whenever it were I was thinking of doing it, I wouldn't have coped, I wouldn't have managed it, you know, because it was going dark at like 5 o'clock then. So, and as I say, it's 6:30 now, still got a good hour and a half at most to walk. Don't go dark luckily till 10 p.m. So, anyway, see you in a bit. Does it feel good to have them trotters off? All pitched up now at this nice little campsite. Not a bad view really. Yeah, wonderful thing about summertime wild camping, but it's nearly summer. You take your shoes off at night. You know what isn't nice though about summertime wild camping? Fucking midges, mate. They're eating me to death, they are. I walked through this campsite and there's evidence of loads of fire pits. I could just literally, if there were more dead fell about, I'd light a fire. Keep fuckers away. But there ain't. Slight problem. No dead fell, mate. Oh, look at them all. They're horrible. Anyway, whatever. Let's get eaten alive by midges and do some map time. And we're going to stop over at that. I nearly turned into Lord Poppleton before. Nearly stopped at that B&B there. And they wanted 129 quid at night. And I was like, nah, mate, I'm going to go stop at that campsite. I'd do that for Coniston Inn. 4-star hotel where you proper looked after, not a little shitty B&B in the middle of nowhere where there's no signal. There's no phone signal. It's still. I had to ask for Wi-Fi so I could get in touch with Dad. Anyway, whatever. Let's have a look what we've done today. So, let me get comfortable here. My elbow. Oh, these midges, mate. Ah! Right. Look at them. They're landing on fucking camera. Still there. Right, so got to Chapel Style. Oh god, they're eating me alive. About 1 PM. If I keep pausing bigs and bogs, these midges, they're killing me. Yeah, got here. Went for a quick pint at the Wainwright Inn. Shimming along here. That was my campsite where I finished last time. And then I'm following it on camera, I'm just going to look at it myself. Yeah, went through Great Langdale Beck. Some nice bracken fern around here, lovely hiking. Crossed over to Dungeon Gill. Nice hiking still, very low elevation. Made my way along here to Mickeldon, just Mickeldon. It was a valley. It was absolutely beautiful, stunning scenery. Where's the next bit? This map, mate. No, that's not it. Find it. There. Sorry, bigs and bogs. Technical difficulties. Right. So yeah. This was Mickeldon here. Some superb hiking through here. Lovely and flat. Beautiful scenery. And then this is the Stake Pass that went up. Pike of Stickle. Horrible. Hated every minute of it. And it was only a tiny bit. But it was so goddamn steep. I mean, look at these contour lines. They're so close together. That shows you how steep it is. Oh, God, you can see midges on camera. Oh. I have midgie spray as well. Why didn't I fucking bring it. Oh god, they're eating me alive, man. Yeah, made it to the top. It plateaued out here. This went on for quite some time. Again, lovely scenery. It flattened out, and then coming down this was the ascent. Sorry, the descent was dodgy AF. Recommend people who do this have strong soles on the shoes, because I kept slipping, and it was F this and F that, and fuck my life this and fuck my life that. Anyway, Langdale. No, Langsrath Deck. Beautiful valley. Beautiful, just beautiful. Talked to so many lovely people along here. And yeah, I've actually left the way. I've come along here. These tiny little dots there. And this is where my campsite is. But I'm more closer to it, because this is where that pub is. The B&B, sorry. Yeah. I'm around here somewhere. So, plan tomorrow is to go into Rostway, Grange, and then I'm going to camp somewhere in Keswick tomorrow. And then I'm going to leave it there for this portion of the trip, and then come back to do Coldbeck another time. Oh, God. They're eating me alive, mate. I thought they'd settle down. Oh, I think I'm going to have to get fire going. It's too much, is this? Gonna roll over my arm. Yeah, done about 10 miles today. Oh, and to top it all off, look, my shorts have ripped. Not the first time that's happened in Lake District. Problems won't be last. So, yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Bid you adieu so I can have a couple of northerners. And yeah, I'll see you all in the morning. Bye bye. Morning, everybody. What am I doing with shades on? Another beautiful day out here. I'm going in that direction today. All packed down. Pack's as light as a feather. Absolute dream. But that's only on account I've only got a little bit of water left. So it's about half a mile up road here to Rothsway, where I'm going to resupply, hopefully get a cup of coffee and a bacon butty of some description, if they've got anything like that there. And then I was looking at my map before. I passed through Borrowdale as well on the way to Grange, which is the next little village area. And somebody I look after at work, who I can't name because GDPR episode, alright, proud of him. He went and did some wild camping in lakes last week, and he went to Borrowdale, and he come back looking lovely and gold. He took his missus out with him, and yeah, one day when I was at work, I was helping him set his tent up just to show him how to use it, and I actually gave shame to myself because I couldn't figure it out. It was an old tent, so they're a bit tricky to put up with them compared to like a nice stylish Lancashire Pro 2 or whatever. That was B&B that wanted to fleece me for 130 quid. No way, Jose. Oh man, tell you what, I went to Portaloos before on site. I'd rather shit in a bush. Seriously, they were disgusting. But whatever. This is Jackson. Not view. Nice little cottages, aren't they? Love this. Just having little mooch-around places that you'd never ever visit because you don't know that they're here. And now I have. Lanshan too did me proud last night. She did me good. Her fly net kept all the horrible midges out. So, because once I'd done map time, just got straight into tent with me tinnies and Northern Monk and what's the helicopter that? signs there if you go for Cumbria Way. There isn't. I know where I'm going, I've looked at my map. Although I could actually join back up with it here, I think. Yeah, she did me good last night, did Landsham. And I was like, fuck you! It's all midges outside because they were like trying to get in. So look. I could actually join back up with it here. Fuck it, I'm going to... Right, I need to get back on way and... as I say, it's only up road to cross the way, I hope anyway. I can see plumes of smoke in distance, so I'm guessing that must be some sort of settlement once. Look at it. Beautiful. Despite having no phone signal for the last better part of 18 hours, I'm quite sad to leave this valley. The Explorers Zone. It's lived up to its name, and I'll definitely be back. Yeah, very beautiful place. Anyway, see you in a bit. Oh yeah, my prayers have been answered. It's just I've gone after 10 o'clock. I've just got to Rosthwaite. I was saying yesterday when I got to top at Snake Pass, there was a mountain range in distance that I thought was the Cat Bells, and it isn't. I'm pretty sure though, looking at my map, that there in the distance, that's the Cat Bells. So that's where I'm walking to. This here is Johnny Woods. I've looked on my map, there's a castle ruined somewhere around here as well along that way. Pretty much just a straight line forward, heading in that direction, and looking at map, if there is any contours, they're only gradual rises. So yeah, it should be another lovely day hiking today. So anyway, I'm going to show up and enjoy my sandwich and catch you in a bit. Hey, bag up. Isn't that beautiful? Reminds me of my chickens back at home. The little girls. Yep, electrolytes back up. It's 100% again. Onwards, I stomp. Felt like I had something to say to you all, but I've obviously just forgot what it is. Yeah, no point really me vlogging when I can't think what to say to you. I could make something up, but I know what I needed to tell you all actually. Somebody commented on my last wild camping video at Roddlesworth, where I was talking about, you know, that super powerful energy that I feel in there. And I was just chatting with him in comments, and I was talking about how, you know, I've seen one of, you know, he was a wild camper himself, but didn't like to camp in forests just in case he got any unwanted visitors at night time, and he prefers camp out on moors, which is completely the opposite to me. I do not like camping on moors. I feel too exposed, but I much prefer camping in forests because I feel more safe and protected or whatever, I don't know. And I'm completely at peace with obviously what I have seen. You know, when I had my sighting of a British Bigfoot back in 2018, I'm completely at peace with that. They are here, they are out there. And he was saying, you know, I must be very blessed to have had a sighting, because they're incredibly rare. I was like, yeah mate, I know that. But he was like, it must live within you, it must be something that lives within you. And I was like, it resonated with me, did that. I thought, geez, he's right. You know, if I'm ever meant to see him again, it will happen. There won't be much I can do about it, whether I'm prepared for it or not. You know, my sighting I had took me on this journey bushcraft and wild camping. It propelled me to get out into nature, you know. And again, I know they're here, and I'm blessed that I am blessed that it happened, you know. I know I've spoken to some people and those sightings have traumatised them, but for me it changed my life really. So I've got to be really thankful for that, haven't I? Thank you, Bigfoot! Have a look at this bits and box. Beware grassman. Shit. Unbelievable, man. If I get 50 likes on this video, I'll come back here and do a wild camp. Wow, beautiful. Just minus all shitty graffiti kids have done. Oh well, whatever. It was an absolutely delightful little forest, that. Home of the Grassman. We all know Grassman. That's another name for Bigfoot, that. I can neither deny nor confirm there may be one around here, because it is very Pacific Northwesty. Look at that, look at that, mate. That right there. Be a fuck. It's a load of swears. I know the kids who watch my video. That would be a beautiful pitch for a wild camp. But no, I'm almost at Grange now. I might be nutty, push boat out and grab another coffee. And I'll be sit down for half an hour again. Because I'm going to be in Keswick no later than mid-afternoon. I would have thought. It's only 11 o'clock. And I guess it's about another 4 or 5 miles to the actual town centre itself. I'm right next to it, just on the outskirts, there's a campsite there. So I'm going to head there. I know where it is, I've walked past it before. See if they'll squeeze me in for tonight. Tell you what though, like one thing I did forget to mention before, this rip in my shorts did a bit of a godsend really, because all the air is getting to my bollocks, you know, and it's stopping my legs from chafing. As we all know, my fat thighs, I'm a martyr to chafing, even in colder weather. But yeah, I didn't chafe at all yesterday when I got settled in my tent in the evening. I was checking myself over and I had some very, very faint friction marks, very faint. You know, I can feel them a bit, but you know, more often than not, by this time usually, my legs are in agony. Once I'm past that sort of 13-14 mile mark on a long distance hike over a couple of days. So yeah, I might just start rocking this look more often. Ripping between my legs. Might entice more girls to get in, tend to love for me. Anyway, nearly at Grange now. See you in a bit. Can't see it, just through that Derwent water. We're nearly there, bigs and bogs. Check it out, bigs and bogs. Big alpaca field. He's having a good time, he's rolling over. Hey. Look at him. That one looks like Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. Although that's a llama, is that? And an alpaca. I really hope that white building's a pub, but it's more than likely whoever owns them. It's quite the commodity, is let me turn you around here. Quite the commodity is alpaca wool. It's like a fire deterrent. It's really like they use it a lot for like firefighter uniform or whatever. Yeah. There's got to be someone over there surely. Keep going. You know that point in the hike where you've just had enough and you're ready, you've had enough basically. I'm at that point right now in Bigs and Bogs. Hey, more lovely friendly people at Lake District who don't say hello back, never mind. It's just there, Keswick. I'm almost there now. Try and get out to that campsite. Went through Point and Scale, had a late lunch, like a Italian toasty or something with pesto and greens. It was very good actually. Washed it down with a pint of Blonde Swan, and back on my way I go. But yeah, I bumped into some lovely people today, even though the residents here typically weren't very friendly. I spoke to Jeff and Jill from where was it from? They were from Australia but were Victoria, I think it were. I can't remember. It's right in middle almost, basically proper outback country, and they were sound as they were doing Cumbria Way as well. I actually saw them when I was back in Point and Scale, but weren't quite quick enough to say hello to them again. And yeah, they were telling me about all the snakes that live on their property. And obviously, with them being Australian, couldn't miss the opportunity to ask them about the yowie. Unfortunately, they didn't know anything. They just knew that it was part of folklore with the Aboriginals, but that was as much as they knew, so never mind. And then I spoke to Chris and bloody hell, Chris and Christine, that was their names, and they were from Ontario, Canada. Again, lovely couple. Had to ask them about Sasquatch. They knew about it, you know, like she was like, oh yeah, we get talk of them, but they didn't actually, they've never seen one or experienced anything. So again, I had to ask. But yeah, they were well sound. They'll never see this video, but shout out to them too. Lovely couples. But yeah, I've done about maybe 8 mile today, another 8 miler. So 16 overall. Not bad, really. Well, very more than not bad. You can see cat's bells there. I don't know what I'm going to do, because obviously the next stage of the Cumbria Way is that bad boy there, leading into that. And after yesterday's debacle up the snake pass, that's it. I'm never going up the mountain ever again. So I will have to, won't I? I want to complete this challenge. Anyway, I'm going to carry on, get to Keswick, hopefully get pitched up. See you in a bit. Right guys, welcome back to map time. I'm not going to bother with my actual map because this lovely little panoramic I found here, it will do quite nicely. As you can see, the Lake District, where I am right now. It's that big, it doesn't even show Ulverston. So we'll just have to go from Lowick Bridge. No, that's not it. Goldthwaite, that's nearest place where I've passed through. And this obviously is going all the way back to the start of May when I started this trip. Sorry. And then let me get this right. Went over here, meandered through all this here, and then up to Beacon Tarn, if you remember rightly. This is where I wild camped roughly my first night. Fell in the Bog of Eternal Stench here. And obviously this is Coniston water. All the way along here to Coniston. That's the Coniston Inn. Old Manor Coniston. And then from there, the last day I did the Cumbria Way. This is where I got lost, if you remember, and met up with Nigel and all the other hikers that were lost. We banded together, we got to Tarn House, beautiful place, along here, through this forest, to Elter Water. I went over the bridge there, and then there was a pub here as well that I went to, and then that's where my campsite was at the end of my last trip, and that's where I set off from yesterday. So as we did map time yesterday, don't really need to go into too much detail there. Over at Piker Stickle there, Piker Stickle, 709 metre elevation, horrible. And then went in through Valley to Stonethwaite. I think that's where I got up to this morning, where I woke up this morning I should say. And then today we've gone all the way through Borrowdale, Rosthwaite, that was a nice place. Castle Crag, beautiful forests around here, that's where the Grassman Cave was. And then that's where I bumped into Jill and Jeff from Australia around here. Up to Grange, just wonderful hiking along here because you could see Derwent Water. Yeah, phenomenal day. Through all these woods here. That's where the alpaca farm was, somewhere around there, and where I talked to Chris and Christina as well from Ontario. And then Braithwaite, I had some dinner, and then I've come along to Keswick. So just see them out for reference. So we've done there to there. It's quite a distance, isn't it, Biggs and Bogs? If I do say so myself. So I got in at campsite. I forget what they're called now. I've got the little guidebook. I'm going to go to the pub and have a good read of it. Well, I've earned them beers, mate. Put a shift in over the last 2 days. I've worked today. I've done about 18 miles roughly, which I'm very happy with. And yeah, I've got into this. Well, it's a very busy campsite, as you can see. But the guy who booked me in, he was sound as, and he was a Geordie. Oh, that's got out to do with it. And he gave me the handbook. He said, because we've got like over 170 sites throughout the country, and he said they will never turn a backpacker away ever. And I was like, good to know, mate. So yeah, so here she is, here's Lanshan. Gorgeous. Not my best setup of her ever, but this ground is hard. So getting these pegs in with a mallet, you can see what I mean, like, look at that one there, that's curved. But yeah, that's my home for tonight and a view for later on. It's starting to cloud over a bit, which I'm not entirely displeased to see, to be honest, because granted, over the last 2 days, there has been a nice breeze that's come through the parts I've stomped through, but that heat has just been relentless at times. You know, especially when I was out in sticks in Langdale yesterday, and I had no phone signal. It were a bizarro world with that searing heat. But yeah, we're having a rest from Mr. Gold at the moment. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. I don't know how long it's going to be, this one, because I've not even started properly editing it yet. But yeah, another phenomenal trip, and when I come back to carry on with Cumbria Way, that's where I'm going, up there. Good luck with that one, all. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, I've enjoyed making it. Hopefully you watch it all the way through to end, because it's been a really nice trip. I'm just going to go to the pub now, so there's not much more else to see, really. Give us a like if you want to, sub if you haven't, share us on social media. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just one of them. And I'll see you all further on down the road. Bye bye. Alright, mate. It's okay. Hello. Come on.